I'm here with John Cowsill, obviously the famous Cowsills, and played in the Beach Boys, and most recently,
And the early Beatles. No, just kidding.
Vicki Peterson and John Cowsill. When we spoke last year, we're at Joey's song.
Yeah.
You had this album coming out on Record Store Day, and since that time it's come out. How has the response been to the album? How does it feel to have it out?
It's been way more than we probably thought was going to happen with it. We just thought we were going to put it out and sell merch. But it actually went up the Americana charts. Americana Highway has it, and they're voting for we're number 4, and they want to vote for who had the best Americana album. But, they're all great. There's so many great people out there, like Larkin and Poe is one of my favorite. I like Mike Kinnebrew. There's just a lot of great songwriters and performers out there who really work at their craft. I don't think I work that hard, so it's kind of awkward to be in the list with everybody, but we made a great album. I love the album, so if nobody hears it, at least I heard it and I thought it was good.
The cover is great, and
the cover was done by Henry Diltz, and some of you will know who that is, some of you won't, but he is a very iconic photographer. And then on the inside photos we had Pam Springsteen take those pictures, and that's Bruce's sister. And she's just a love. And she was actually the one who saw my pickup truck and said, "You need to do something with that. You need to do a video in that." And so we took her idea, and the first song, 1,000 Times, is in my pickup truck. And I'm driving around our cul-de-sac, and like I'm pretending like it's on the radio. I said, "Hang on, let's see what's on." And then we start the song. And it's so funny because I played this video for our daughter, Tanea. And she texted me back after she got the video, and she says, "Hey, nice phony wave, Dad." And I'm thinking, and I just started laughing because in the video, I do this like out the window thing, "Hey, man," like that, to no one. And she knew that. And because I'm her dad, so she knew me pretty well. But she said, "Nice phony wave, Dad," because she knew where I was driving around and there's nobody possibly out there. Anyway.
Well, that was cute. It's a great album. And how does it feel now that you and Vicki can actually tour around and play together, really?
Yeah, we're about to retire because we did this thing. And so it's kind of cool that we did a few dates last year. We're done. No kidding. No, we're out there touring this year. Actually, will be the year for us to tour and go meet a bunch of people and figure out what venues we can play and who's going to have us back in this whole other world. But, we're not trying to be famous or anything or get rich, because we're just doing it for fun.
Well, this album was made up of songs written by your deceased brothers, but are you going to work on an album of maybe originals?
Well, the next projects we have decided, because neither one of us in our bands or alone have ever done a Christmas album. And we just want to have a Christmas album because we're childs from the 50s and 60s. And everybody always had a Christmas album. And we want to do our childhood favorites and write a couple. So that'll be our next project, we think. If we talk a lot about great ideas, but it takes forever for us to get them moving. So I knew that I could light the fuse by asking Paul Allen, who produced this album, "Hey, Paul, we want to do a Christmas album and we want you to produce it." So now we know that he's going to bulldoze us forward into doing it. We're rebuilding our studio at home right now, and he's coming home with me, and we're going to get it going. And so anyway, go ahead. Yeah.
Well, this is your third Joey song.
Yeah.
In Madison.
Yeah.
Does it seem surreal that this is already number 3?
Yeah. And it's just, it just becomes more fun. We look forward to it. It's like we're looking forward to going on our summer vacation, only it's our winter vacation. And it's camp, because you got people like Frank Anderson here, who's just a love and an incredible musician. And we have just everybody. And
a lot of drummers here, like Jordy.
I mean, this is the most drummers that have ever been at Joey's song in one show, I think. I mean, I started adding them up last night, and I don't know, Gail sent me a picture of a drum photo. She says, "You're not in there." And then I named 4 other drummers that weren't in it yet either. I said, well, we'll take another one and get all the drummers in it, So
you're so good with remembering names. How do you remember names? Do you have a system?
No, but I've always thought it was important to remember people's names. And I don't know, it comes naturally. I'm mathematical in my brain. So, but I don't always remember everybody's names, but mostly I do. And when I write somebody's name down in my phone, and like I've met their family members, I make sure to write their family members down too. So when I talk to them, like, you want to be able to be sincere and say, well, I remember your kids, but what are the names? So I like to remember even the kids' names. So how's Chloe and Andrea? Are they doing good? I don't know. People skills, man. People skills. And it's funny because growing up being a Cowsill, you're very insecure, because you wanted to be the Beatles or the Stones, and you weren't, and you were this other thing. And, we're made fun of by a select group of people, but obviously not everybody because they bought our albums. But you always feel the negative stuff more than the positive stuff, because it kind of zings you. And so you're kind of embarrassed to say your name after it was over. It's like, you couldn't get a gig. Oh, you're with that family band. Yeah. But now, like guys like Greg Bissonette, I got a call from somebody who had him on his session. And my friend says, Matt goes, hey man, I got Greg Bissonette here and he's a big fan of yours and he wants to talk to you. And Matt's the kind of guy who busts my balls. And I say, yeah, right. Yeah, put him on. And so this guy gets on. He said, yeah, I got to tell you, man, you're a big fan. I said, mm-hmm. I said, who is this? Greg Bissonette. I said, really? He said, I'm not kidding, man. I saw you on Ed Sullivan. I was a little kid. It's like, you and Ringo's why I play drums. Because I said, that kid's doing it. I can do that too. And I didn't believe him. And so I got Matt back on the phone. I said, was that really Greg Bissonette? He says, yeah. And then he gave him my number and Greg texted me saying, you got to come over to the house. We'll play drums, And I did. And it was him. And he's just a very good friend and a champion for other musicians. He's never self-centered. He's just such a giver. And I just love him. And I like Mark Schulman. He used to play with Pink. He's been a mentor to me since I met him. He was another Cowsill fan. I say, really? He says, yeah, because they're all my age or younger. And so they like that. And I forget that. So it's endearing now as, I'm 70 now. And so I find it adorable and I embrace all of it now, people still can make me blush about it. It's like, okay, stop talking about me now, please. It's like embarrassing, but
are your siblings always trying to get you to join them on their shows?
No, never. They don't want me to come play with them. They don't. They have their own oiled machine. Yeah, it's a weird dynamic between us, but it's not because we talk all the time and we love each other so much, and it has nothing, but that's business and this is family. And I'd rather keep the family part like alive and lovely and joking around. They have a podcast that I'm not part of, but they have me as a guest now and then. Like they used to do Where's John? Because I was out with the Beach Boys all the time. So it's a funny thing, but I just love them so much. And if you ever see that they're playing somewhere, please go see them. And they're entertaining and funny. They're not as funny as me, but they're pretty funny.